Welcome, racing fans, to Motorsports Radio, channel MR1. Kyle Larson winning his first NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race with the 42 Chip Ganassi Chevrolet, the target car. And here is the breakdown. Pure Michigan 400, 200 laps, 400 miles. Pole setter Joe Logano in the 22 Ford on the outside. Jimmie Johnson started in second with the 48 Chevrolet, and starting third was Denny Hamlin with the number 11. Bristol winner Kevin Harvick in the number 4 started in fourth. Green flag drops at 2:18 p.m. Eastern Time, 22-8 in the 11 in the top 3. And off they go, flying around that 2-mile oval with the low downforce package. Harvick got the second, Johnson down to third. Alex Bowman in the 88 car in fourth with the University of Michigan blue and yellow 88 car. Ryan Blaney in fifth, and Joey Logano in the lead. Top 3, lap 3 to 22. 4 and the 48. Half second between Joe Logano and second place Kevin Harvick. Denny Hamlin dropped down to sixth. And after road course racing and short track racing, we're back to the big track as the Brooklyn, Michigan scenery flies by as the cars hit the 200 mile per hour mark at the turn 1 start finish line, turn 1 area, 200 plus miles, one football field per second. It was pure speed in pure Michigan. Fast. So fast, crazy fast. Chris Buescher was having spark plug issues, reported at lap 15. Competition caution was scheduled for lap 20, approximately. The yellow flag would fly at lap 21. Competition caution, as the radio race control calls it, a competition. If you ever listen to the officials on during the race. The 44 crew member over the wall too soon. It was the Jackman. The 44 driven by Brian Scott. Restart lap 26. Top 3 still Joe Logano, Kevin Harvick, and now Jimmie Johnson. But Kevin Harvick takes the lead, passing that 22 on the inside. And then the 18 spins Kyle Busch. And this is the second question. Kyle Busch making headlines at the beginning of the season. Lately has been having some issues. No contact, just got loose and spun. Restart at lap 30 with Kevin Harvick in the lead, Joe Logano second, Jimmie Johnson third for 22 and the 48. And here is the shuffle. Denny Hamlin left to second, Joe Logano down to third, Jimmie Johnson down to fifth as Truex Jr. climbs into fourth place. Kevin Harvick stays in front. Top 5, lap 35, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Truex Jr., Joe Logano, Jimmie Johnson, 4, 11, 7, 8, 22, and 48 with 165 laps left. Definitely a whole lot of racing. Lap 44, Truex Jr. up to second, Denny Hamlin down to third. So now it's the 4, the 78, and the 11. A Stewart Haas Chevrolet, Furniture Row Racing, and a Joe Gibbs, Furniture Row Toyota, and a Joe Gibbs Toyota. Truex having electrical issues, however, with that 78 car. Kevin Harvick with a 1.7 second lead on Truex Jr. lap 47, which grew to a 2.2 at lap 50. Lap 52, Jimmie Johnson climbed back into third. Lap 57, Kevin Harvick's lead on Truex Jr. shrinks to 0.3 of a second. And then Truex Jr. passes Kevin Harvick to take the lead at lap 58. Then approximately lap 60, green flag pit stops. Ryan Blaney is 21 car first to come in. Truex Jr. had some issues on pit road and would drop down to 9th. An issue with the Jackman. And Jimmie Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott now make the top 3, 48, 4, and 24. All Chevys after this round of green flag pit stops, such as at lap 73. Truex Jr. down to 9th, but climbs back into 8th. Pole setter Joey Logano drops down to 10th. Lap 76, Chase Elliott up to second, Kevin Harvick down to third. Chase Elliott squeezing that 24 in between the 4 and the 5 of Casey Kane. Jimmie Johnson with 2 seconds on the second place. Chase Elliott at lap 80, lap 92, 0.388 seconds, or 3.39. Chase Elliott chasing teammate Jimmie Johnson, both Hendrick cars, Hendricks Motorsports trying to snap a 40-race losing streak. Lap 95, Kyle Larson up to third, Kevin Harvick down to fourth. Top 5, lap 95, Jimmie Johnson, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Casey Kane, 48, 24, 42, 4, and the 5 with 105 laps remaining. Lap 100, race halfway mark, 100 down, 100 to go in the 200 lapper. And lap 107, third round of green flag pit stops. Okay, and man-oh-man, race lead, I think it was the second round. There was 3 rounds altogether. New race leader Jimmy Johnson has issues on pit road, fueling issues, and he drops down to 5th. Keselowski takes the lead during the green flag cycle. However, he had not yet pitted. His last pit was lap 70. He will finally come into pit and at lap 118, a 12.5 second pit stop for the number 2. And now after the green flag pit stop cycle, a new leader, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson in 2nd, Jimmy Johnson in 3rd, Kevin Harvick in 4th, Ryan Blaney in 5th, the 24, 42, 48, 4, and the 21. And after all that, a caution number 3, lap 119 for debris of a Clint Boyer's car. He had some issues. He had to get into the garage there. Restart lap 126 with Chase Elliott in front, Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney making the top 3. Now this is interesting because you have 3 drivers here trying to get their first win in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. The top of the top in the whole 3, right, in the series of NASCAR. Kyle Larson passes Chase Elliott going into turn 4 to take the lead. Blaney drops down to 4th. Kevin Harvick back in 3rd. Jimmy Johnson at this moment is running in 10th. 19 cars on the lead lap at this point, and Kyle Larson with a 1-second lead on second place, Chase Elliott at lap 132. Now, rain clouds were approaching Michigan International Speedway according to the weather radar at this point of the race with about 58 laps left, past the halfway mark. Clouds were approaching, but the top 5, lap 145, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Brent Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, 42, 24, 42, and the 21. Ryan Blaney looking for his first NASCAR, okay, and so is Kyle Larson, so is Chase Elliott. Lap 150 starts the last 50. Lap 153, another round of green flag pit stops. And after this round, we have Chase Elliott in front still, Kyle Larson in second still, and now Bert Keselowski in third, 24, 42, and the 2. Keselowski could be a little devil and try to mess up these 2 guys' momentum. Kevin Harvick in 4th, Jimmy Johnson in 5th, and Chase Elliott now with a 1.9 second on the now second place Kyle Larson, lap 177. And is the new rookie going to win at Michigan? That was the question at this time. With 23 to go, lap 180 would start the last 20. Now, Kyle Larson has been in the Sprint Cup Series in a couple of years now. But the big news of Chase Elliott would have won it. But you really got some exciting racing on Sunday. Definitely can't complain about it. So, lap 180, the last 20, getting into the closing laps as the rain clouds were closing in on Michigan. But man, the lead is getting into lap traffic now, and a close call between the 42 and the 83 and the 46. The 83, who was running 31st, and the number 46, which was running 30th, Matt Benedetto and Michael Annett. Matt Benedetto was running 31st. And Michael Annett was in 30th. And Kyle Larson, the leader, was trying to get by them, chasing Chase Elliott. But Michael Annett would then have a blown tire. That would bring out caution number 4. Harvick almost clips Logano coming out of his pit box, if you saw that one. Does clip a piece of hosing. They were investigating to see whether that hose was outside the pit box, but there was no penalty issued for the 22 team. And we get into lap 190, the last 10 laps, still under caution. The restart comes out lap 191 with 9 to go. Chase Elliott first now, Kyle Larson second, Keselowski still in third. And geez Louise, Kyle Larson scoots by that 24 off that restart and takes off. Takes the lead, no leader, and to stir it up even more, Keselowski's up to second and Chase Elliott down to third. But Chase Elliott does climb back into second, and now some nitty-gritty between the 42 and the 24. Kyle Larson brushing that 200-mile-per-hour mark, and here we are at lap 195, the top 5, 1.2 seconds between first place Kyle Larson, second place Chase Elliott. Ladies and gentlemen, anything can happen in the world of sports, and yes, that includes motorsports. Kyle Larson still in front, entering lap 199 with the white flag in the air. 1 to go. Kyle Larson coming for a fantastic win in Brooklyn, Michigan. And that crowd was going crazy. First NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win for number 42, Chase Elliott. To top 5 finishes, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Brett Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, and Kevin Harvick. That will be the 42, 24, 2, 21, and the 4. Not only does he get his first win, but also now gets his spot on the chase grid. Some other finishers: Denny Hamlin, who started in 3rd, finished in 9th. Jimmy Johnson winds up finishing in 6th. And the pole sitter Joey Logano finishes in 10th. Motorsports Radio race info: 13 leaders, 20 lead changers, top speed 195.806. Now I didn't get that if they were hitting the 200 mile an hour mark, but according to NASCAR it was 195.806. So I guess you got to cross that one of the sensors, because they got those sensors there right around the track to track the speed there. So, but the fastest lap time was 36.77 seconds, 4 cautions, 17 yellow flag laps, and the race time 2 hours 32 minutes and 6 seconds. The next NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race this Sunday, September 4th, from Darlington, a Sunday night race with the throwback paint schemes, and we're gonna have some fun racing on coming up this weekend, which brings us to this. Motorsports Radio next Monday, Labor Day. We will be here at 10:45, 11:05, 11:25, and 11:45. Those will be the podcast times, okay? And, of course, anytime on demand. And after that, we're going to go to 7:45 on Mondays. We have to shuffle some scheduling stuff around here at Community Radio. So that after Labor Day, we're going to start our Monday routine at 7:45. But this upcoming Monday, next Monday, Labor Day, we'll start at 10:45, and we'll have 4 shows ready to roll on Monday morning, since it is Labor Day. And there you go. All right, that was a fun race. I think you had 3 really good races this weekend. It was fun to watch. IndyCar, Formula 1, too. So it was some fun stuff, you know. And I really think you got to be a hardcore NASCAR fan to really appreciate what we saw on Sunday in Michigan. Thank you for tuning in. This is Manny Laguna, and this is Motorsports Radio at the new CommunityRadioLI.com. And if you're looking for Motorsports Radio, we switched it up. Just click on the Motorsports Radio button. So now Motorsports Radio has its own page. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good one.